all of South Jersey.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Set, red 83!
To the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy. How you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill. How you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
We are back. Welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, producer Nick Earnshaw. And we are celebrating today. Do you believe it, Dave Klemic? 10 years today. Ironically, it's one day off. I started May 9th, 2015, and now it's May 10th, 2025. 10 years went by like lickety-split. Hey, good morning, Dave Klemic.
Good morning. I'm caffeinated, activated. I'm ready to go. I'm here with my boys. This is my favorite thing to do on a morning. But, Billy, I got to tell you, South Jersey, owes you a humongous congratulations because no one could shut you up for 10 years.
So no one ever listened to me. I figured, let me go get my own radio show. This way I got a captive audience. Good morning there, Nick Earnshaw.
Good morning, Billy Schwein. Happy 10 years. You know what that means? You're old. That's all that means. You're old.
I got to tell you, Dave, you know what I wrote in my article, 973ESPN.com, as I do each and every Friday. Time flies when you're having fun, and if you love what you do, you never work a hard day in your life. Not to say we don't work hard and put a lot of time and effort into what we do, but it just went flying by. Like, I just can't believe it's 10 years. My daughter will turn 10 June 29th, Eliza Grace, and I've been on the air the whole time she's been alive. It's amazing.
Wow, amazing. Well, Billy, I actually had questions for you. Yeah. Can I interview you? Can I
you want to interview?
Yeah, I want to interview.
He's been practicing his interviewing
skills.
Put
on your journalism hat.
Big J journalism.
Why don't you hit the rewind button? Let's go back into time. Tell us some of your favorite interviews of all time.
Well,
going back to, was it 2009 or 2000?
No, 2000. I started 2015. I started with another radio station, which I was at, I think, for about 21 months. And then I came over to here. Mr. Met, Jeff Dowling, made a couple calls and set up the interview. And then I took it from there, and we came to an agreement, and I started May 9th. And right away, I started just doing Saturday show. And we had a lot of great guests from the beginning. I would think my most favorite interview of all time would still be Joe Namath.
Wow.
Interview with Joe Namath.
That is cool.
That's on my YouTube channel. Most of my interviews, the big names that we've talked to over the years, are on the YouTube channel. So if you look them up, you can find them. But Joe Namath is definitely number one. Number two would have to be Mike Eruzione, believe it or not, because I remember that gold medal game like it was yesterday, and what they did for the nation is just something I would never forget. Jimmy Johnson's up there. Dick Stockton, believe it or not. Mark Messier I've had on. I've had some really, I probably forgot a lot of people that I've had on. Brandon Graham was great. But you know what, Nick, you remember that interview? I think you were there for that when I said number 54, because when I did my research, because he started out his first 2 years, he was number 54. And then he went to 55.
I don't know if I was there for that one.
No, you weren't there. Were you not there for that?
It might have been Danny. That one might have been Danny.
Maybe it was Danny.
That one might have been Danny.
Also, I also want to say that I've been very lucky and fortunate. It's not about me. It's about the people that I work with and work for to facilitate, make this show possible. The crew, like if you look at our new logo, which you designed, I love it. I mean, that just encapsulates. I couldn't do it by myself. It's a whole group of us. Nick Earnshaw, Danny Ryan, Andrew Leeds, my brother Bobby, P.J. Corda, Mr. Negadelphia, the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Klemic, of course, you're highly involved. You guys make me better and make the show work. I mean, the camaraderie that we have, it comes through in the radio. And by the way, Nick, I want to thank you and Josh. You guys broadcasted live from the Down and Derby Wine Festival last week. But they had Jeff Nash from FastLaneHandicapper.com. He comes on. There's a guy that shows up. He does all the races, the big three for us, the Preakness, the Belmont, and the Kentucky Derby. We had Tony Black on. He called the trifecta, Nick.
He did. He got it right. We let him go.
He got it right.
He went for a while. He was locked into what he wanted to talk about last week. He was a great guest. I mean, we were just like, yo,
let him go.
Great. This is great.
I was listening from Orlando, and I'm like, this is like the history. He's rode in the Kentucky Derby. He rode against Secretariat,
and all the horses were sired from Secretariat that were in the race. I mean, it's crazy.
It's crazy. He was there when the Garden State racetrack burnt down. I mean, so a great interview. You guys did a great job. And then on Sunday, I had the full locker room youth movement. And I'm telling you, those guys, the three of them, could go somewhere, like big time.
We could go somewhere.
You guys are good.
I don't know. Maybe out that door. I don't know.
But you guys,
Nick, we know. Nick's a rising star. We all know it.
I got a text message from Hunter the other day.
Yeah.
Congratulating me on my 10 years.
Yeah,
really
it's cool. Fantastic.
Hunter Brody started here.
Yeah.
He got his break here producing and co-hosting The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, this is one of the most fun. I look forward to every Saturday, Billy. I look forward to every freaking Saturday.
Nick,
it's so much. It's not work to me.
You know what's so funny? Dave, he nails it right on the head. Like, as I've gotten older and things have changed for me, my priorities, especially with having a daughter that I'm, involved in her life with sports and things like that, this is my time out. This is when we say the show's the locker room, it indeed is the locker room. We come in here and
it smells like it too.
like Vince. One of my favorite shows ever. One of my favorite shows ever with two live shows that we did. One was with Vince Mapali at La Scala's.
Yeah.
We had him signing autographs. He sat for the whole 2 hours.
Yeah, that was fun.
And you know what, Dick? Remember how emotional Dave got?
Oh yeah.
Like, Dave's an emotional guy, and that's what I love about him. He's a true Christian. He's a great guy. But Dave, you're real. You're not fake, and that's what people like real. They don't like fake, and there's nothing fake about it.
And real recognizes real.
Yeah.
As they say.
Iron sharpens iron.
I just did this whole thing about iron sharpens iron on the
Come on, I watch you, brother.
Got it. All right.
And then also, Nick, how about having Craig Berube in here? Like, he sat, like, think about this. I had Craig Berube sit with me for 2 hours in the studio. He didn't do that for anybody.
It's unbelievable. I mean, Billy, I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of the show because
you're an asset, Nick.
I've had so much fun being a part of it, at least for the last couple of years, I believe 3 years now. So it's been just incredible. So I've loved every second, and let's do another 10.
Let's do another 10. I tell you what, I don't feel... I feel young. I think I sound pretty young. And I'll never forget when I started the radio show, they said, you better use the name Billy instead of Bill. And I said, why is that? They said, it makes you sound younger.
Is that why you call Bobby Bobby?
Well, Bobby goes, when Bobby's an airline pilot, he's an airline. He flies for my brother's a captain of a 767. He goes by Robert Schwein.
Oh,
he's all serious. He's Robert Schwein. Hey, he's serious. They call me the fun brother.
Professional. Whatever, Bobby.
the less popular twin.
Give him a wig.
Go to ChatGPT.
How about he loved that?
That might have been my favorite locker room moment when we ChatGPT. We were on a Wednesday.
No, you know what my favorite locker room moment ever was? Is when Dave Sharapan, Mr. Sportsbook consigliere, came in here and surprised us. Like that I was completely 100% surprised and fooled.
Well, I've liked that in going in review. This is my third year now. Is my third
year?
And Billy's let me. He's allowed me to bring in people or my guests or people, And I said, can we try something? And he's like, yeah, let's try it. Like, he's not stuck in his ways.
I like to give when you first of all, you've come up with good stuff. I mean, not everything that we agree on that you run by my desk, but for the most part, I like different stuff, Nick.
He allows everyone to step into his office.
Yeah, I don't, because you know what? I'm not going to, Chuck Betson, and we're not going to trample on a man. He passed away a few years ago. We miss him, but he gave me my start in radio. But he was very difficult on me. Wouldn't let me talk. I'd show up at a show. Wouldn't let me talk. Wouldn't let me express my ideas or whatever, my thoughts. And I said, I'm never going to do that. If I have somebody come into the studio, I want them in the studio because I want them in the studio, not to just sit there and you look good.
Right, but and
you're not just another pretty face, Dave.
Man, thank you. Well, we came up with. This is
He does have a face for radio. I mean,
thanks,
Nick. He's a handsome cat. He's Sim though.
One of the things that I came up with, and Nick and I and Josh, we came up with Mr. Negadelphia.
Yes.
And we started auditioning, and we had a perfect guy for it. And it is just embodied.
Well, we had just lost the sportsbook insigliere, so we needed something a lighter side,
right?
And I liked it.
We loved. What we heard was that the fans here love when Billy blows a stack. And he's a ultimate Philly fan. Literally, he's like this all the time. So when we get somebody to tick him off and say how bad they're doing, he starts fighting back, and it's like ratings go through the roof. So
we'll walk down memory lane today.
Yeah.
Yes,
we got a great show lined up today. Of course, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, brought to you by the Galloway Pool Service. He'll be with us at 11 o'clock. The first hour, we'll talk sports. The second hour, we got Mr. Negadelphia. And then at the bottom of the second hour, we're going to talk with Coach Michell Peterson. She's the head coach of my daughter's Royal Revolution team, the Crystals. They performed. So last week I went down to Orlando.
Hanging out with Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, well, we didn't go. We went to Universal.
You were around there.
But, yeah. Because I used to work at Disney World. I used to drive the monorail. But we went to Universal. But we went down there for the cheer thing. There had to be like 10,000 girls, 20,000 girls there.
It is so big.
You're going to be a cheer. Your daughter's going to get into it.
It's huge. People don't understand this, and I appreciate it from the entrepreneur standpoint. I'm going. They charge just as much money as I do. What the heck is going on? This is cheerleading.
What do you mean?
But it's huge.
It's huge. And guess what? You should see the ring she got. Matter of fact, my daughter has won 2 championships this year at the age of 9.
She's a winner.
By the way, also the most dangerous sport to play.
Yeah, she's a flyer. They throw her up in the
most
air.
Dangerous sport. Yep. Most injuries.
So we got Coach Michell Peterson from the Royal Revolution cheer team. She coaches the Crystals. We'll have her on at 11:30. All right, so you guys ready? Let's get her going. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process. From contract signing to closing with the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422. Ask for Norma, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room, celebrating 10 years at 97.3 ESPN. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on ESPN Radio.
On the run to the warning track, he has done it again! Austin Riley
leads the Atlanta Braves in a PNC Park to face O'Neal Cruz and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
back there on its way, gone! And the Pirates winning.
The Braves at the Pirates. Coverage begins today at 3:30 Eastern.
Listen to Major League Baseball all season on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Keys. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Hey, Nick Earnshaw here. Is your driveway or parking lot cracked, faded, or just looking worn out? Give it new life with R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. For over 14 years, they've been protecting driveways and parking lots with top-quality seal coating that lasts. Their expert team uses premium materials to seal, protect, and enhance your asphalt curb appeal and add years of durability. Don't wait for costly repairs. Call R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating at 609-513-4375 for your free estimate. R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. Seal today to last tomorrow.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Hello, I am Scott, branch manager with Viking Pest. For over 40 years, Viking has been your shield against pests. Now we're leading the charge with Viking Green, our eco-friendly, low-impact pest control solution. Protect your home with Viking. Visit VikingPest.com to learn more.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Hey, this is Brother Bob. Just want to say that Billy and I started this thing 13 years ago, doing what we love doing. Talking sports, arguing, calling each other names, cutting up, and it was so much fun. 10 years at ESPN has gone like, it just seems like it's gone so quick. Congratulations, Butt, you're doing a great job, and get her going.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and, of course, Nick Earnshaw. And you guys called my brother. What are you trying to do, make me cry, Dave?
That's why I pulled the camera.
And I can still kick his ass, you know that. All right? But
yeah, I saw you guys fight.
Got me there.
I saw you guys fight. It wasn't the case.
We got him.
By the way, I found that again in my thing. I'll show you after the show. That's another thing. You love that. Like, you made me look for it. I found it. I got it, so I'll show it to you over again. That was pretty tough. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
I knew we were going to get you with that one, for sure.
Got me with that one.
For sure.
But Bobby's right. This whole thing happened by accident. When I first went into to first start doing this at the first radio station that I started, they said, what's the name of your show? And I never even thought about it. I said, I don't know. And I talked to a few people. Frank Unger from the Hamburg Construction Company when I was working at the parking lot at Playland, Jeff Dowling, Mr. Met. Like, we kicked it around, but we never came up with a name. But when they pressed me on it, I'm like, I don't know, the locker room. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
But that's sometimes
but
the
it
best
worked.
way.
Isn't
it's
that
the
funny?
best way.
Yeah, and then you can't think of names like that. Like, they have to come off the top of your head because you could go in, you could try and think about it real hard, but the one when you're thinking about it on the toilet or something, that's the best part.
That's the best one. And you know what? I'm thinking, well, where else do you just talk like you're in the
locker room?
You guys jinx. But
Jinx, we owe Klemic a quarter zip.
I know, man.
Quarter zip, we do.
I guess that's the world
Oh, is that what you
nowadays.
call these quarter zips?
Yeah.
If you're watching us on the X platform, which we are broadcasting live there and my YouTube channel, Nikki and I wore the same quarter. What do you call
Quarter
it?
zip.
Quarter
Yeah.
zip. The one we bought in New Orleans for the
New Orleans.
Super Bowl 59.
You guys have done that like 10 times.
But we
though.
wore it together.
Like,
we
you guys-
walked in, saw each other. We
you
started
guys are,
laughing.
Like on the same brain
Mental,
waves.
yeah, same
Yeah.
mental
That's
brain.
why. That's why it works. That's why
but,
it works.
But when we made the name The Locker Room, then Bobby and I, the whole show was predicated on just us being arguing, and you know how we are regular. Like what you were hearing on the radio is just what we were doing in real life.
I think I've actually spent more time in an actual locker room than most. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
right,
spent
right.
until I was 27 years old. I would be in the locker room all the time. If you ask any player what their favorite times were, it's sitting in the locker room.
You know what,
and
Dave?
talking.
You just hit.
Yeah.
You know what? You were so right. You know why? You ever see guys retire? What are they crying about? They're not
I'm
crying.
gonna
They're not
miss the
crying.
guys. I'm gonna miss.
It's the guys.
Yeah.
It's camaraderie of being in a team.
Yeah, and then you have a goal that you're all trying to accomplish,
Yes.
and along the way, you set your differences aside, and then you play the game, and then you get in the locker room, and your differences can be funny.
That's why meritocracy. There's no race. There's no racism. Everybody loves one another. Everybody gets. They're all playing for the for the same common
I
goal.
love to bring that up because I think if you really wanted to fix all race relation thing, whatever's going on, ask a guy on a football team. They don't
Right.
care. All they care
Everyone's
is like
together.
everyone
Right. Even
is
every
together.
sport.
You
Baseball,
make fun
you
of
name
each
it.
other for all your differences. It's hilarious.
Yes.
You love the guy because you'll see him sacrifice his body for you.
you.
And then you're going, I love you. I don't
Right.
care what our differences are.
Right.
I love you. I've made friends who are my roommates for 4 years.
Right.
Because a guy just laid somebody out for me so I could score, and I go, I love you.
Right.
Me and you are roommates.
I'm
No,
going to
that's it.
reciprocate
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
uh-huh.
Look, he's getting emotional.
Yeah.
I knew this was going to be an emotional
I'll
show
tell you right
today. We
now.
got the criers
No,
in the
but-
building
but
today.
guess what, Dave? Like that's why when I said to you when I walked in, like, what are the Phillies missing? I know it's a business. It's too much business. I want to see
playing well though.
They're playing well, but look who they beat. Let's face it, they beat the
know,
Tampa
but-
Rays. Are you
I
really
know, but
like
they,
they
right?
scored 7 runs in each of the Tampa Bay series. Every game, all 3 games, they scored. Matter of fact, I got stats right here for you. All right, ready for this?
Came with the
I came with my statistics. Here's what they did over the 3 games.
Are you going into analytics, Billy?
No, but they scored 22 runs. They had 33 hits, 5 home runs, and they scored 7 runs in each of the 3 games. Their offensive bats came alive, albeit against the Devil Rays.
Okay.
All right. So, but my thing is, what I noticed, Dave, and
Can't
you can
change the
speak to
schedule.
this because he's a former. He played in the NFL. He was in a big time locker room. Not that you're in a big time locker room right now, but. It's too business-like. I want to see. Don't you? You know what I'm saying, Nick? It's too business-like.
Well,
It's a game. They're playing a game.
I'll tell you what, Garrett Stubbs is down in AAA with Andrew Painter. He's showing him the ropes. So all the fun's down in AAA right now.
wow.
And the Chiefs vibes officer is in AAA right now, Schweiner.
Well, let's talk
That's
about
part of it.
AAA coming up. Did you see Chase Petty from Mainland?
Yeah, he
came up?
started against the Reds. Started with the Reds
Yeah.
last couple weeks ago.
So
right?
that was his first start as a
But
pro.
Dave, talk to me about the it's you're playing a game.
Oh yeah,
and I know it's a business thing, but you
Yes.
gotta show emotion. I don't know.
I think when
Trey
you're
Turner just pisses me off with that.
I think what you do on the field is like too late. Your encouragement is too late at that point. It's the week of practice. It's the week of preparation.
So we're not seeing all the looseness of the team.
Yeah, I
that's
don't
where you
think
see
so.
that's where you see the adolescence, the child in the
Yeah. But remember they were having fun. Like a lot of they allowed fun when you're winning. It's not funny when you're
Well,
losing.
it's not, but
you know what I mean.
But when you are winning, you can smile. You can. I don't know. It just seems to be too businesslike. I could be wrong.
It's like spiking the ball in the end zone when you're losing by 30 points.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
this was a
Okay,
team
shut
that
up.
was like a ragtag, right? In a sense, like they had the daycare. You know, Marsh has the big beard. They were after the games. They were dumping water and gum on each
Yeah.
other. We saw how they celebrated in the postseason. Now it's kind of like, all right, let's tighten up a little bit. Let's get serious now. That's kind of the mentality they've gone into this year with. And by the way, I mean, they started pretty much the same way they started in the past couple of years. I mean, the records are very similar.
Matter of
so
fact,
nothing's really changed.
After 28 games, did you see that thing on?
Yeah, it's the same. They have the same record.
I think it was after 28 games or 23 or 24 games. They were in 1980. They were 15-13. In 2008, they were 15-13. And in 2025, they were 15-13 after like 28 games.
Nothing's really changed for the most part.
And guess what? Trey Turner's batting. Bryce Harper.
He hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, but his batting average he's doing the exact same thing he did last year this time.
Listen, did you notice they went down the warmer weather and they started hitting well? I mean, hitting season's right around the corner.
You know what? I think there's some hope, though, and it could come from above. The Pope is from Villanova.
He's from Villanova.
He's a Phillies fan.
How about he's not Phillies fan.
He's an Eagles fan.
He's an Eagles fan.
He's an Eagles fan.
Yeah, not a Phillies fan.
Is he an Eagles fan?
Yeah, he's an Eagles fan.
You sure?
Yeah.
I got to double check.
I saw that
he likes Wawa.
His brother confirmed he's a White Sox fan. He's from Chicago. He's born in Chicago.
Born in Chicago, but I heard he was an Eagles fan.
That'd be cool. It'd be cool. I got to confirm.
So, by the way, Brandon Graham was on Get Up or Good Morning Football on the NFL Network.
Yeah.
He said the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl next year.
I think so.
Wow, Klemic thinks so too.
I think the Chiefs are going to be way out. I think they're
Klemic, they just re-signed Dallas Goedert, and they restructured his contract. He's way underpaid, I think, but there was no takers for him.
Yeah.
Guess what? As a professional athlete, if you're going to your contract's up, you're playing for the Eagles. You've been here for how long's Goddard been here? Like 6 years, 7 years, right? Something like that.
It seems like less than that, but
you're going to take less money because and when you're talking the difference between $10 million and $14 million, that's an extra $4 million. Nothing to sneeze at, but wouldn't you rather be comfortable with the people in the locker room, people where you live, your family situation?
Well, I'll tell you from the tax standpoint in Philadelphia, if you go to a team like Tennessee,
right,
where there's no state income tax,
right,
or Florida, you're going to get a lot more money. And $4 million doesn't go as far as you think. It's actually $2 million,
right,
after taxes,
and then you got to pay your agent.
You got to pay your agent,
right.
And you also, you guys don't know this, the NFL thing is you pay for every city that you go to. You have to pay taxes to every city that you play in.
So, if you're Canadian or if you're like in the NHL, and you play in Toronto, you're getting you're in Montreal and any Canadian city.
It's fascinating.
How about that? I didn't know that.
My accountant was.
See, that's why we have Klemic here.
Yeah.
So normally you pay your accountant, I don't know, $1,000. I don't know what you guys pay. I pay about $1,000. When I paid my accountant, it was paying him for every city that I played in, and I was going. What? And I had to pay my accountant like $10,000.
Really?
Because there was so much paperwork.
Right.
Yeah.
So
he's filing everything in
every
every city.
hour, Dave.
And you're paying in 10 cities in a season. So, yeah.
All right, we're celebrating 10 years here. I just can't believe it. But once again, I couldn't do it without you guys. And even I've had Scotty McKay in here. I've had Bill Beverly. I've had my brother Bobby. I mean, I've had a lot of co-hosts, but I like this group, this cohesive unit that we have. It's a lot of fun to come in here. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey, PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more conversation here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio. It's an interleague showdown in Cleveland.
Deep right field, and this game is tied. Monster home run from Harper.
Bryce Harper and the Philadelphia Phillies face Jose Ramirez and the Cleveland Guardians.
Gone! Jose Ramirez.
The Phillies and Guardians on Sunday Night Baseball. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern.
It's Phillies baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning. Those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemic sent you.
Tax season at Tom's River Volkswagen means we're paying the sales tax. Yeah, we've got over 1,000 vehicles on sale and we're paying the sales tax. Tell that nasty old tax man to go straight to Tom's River Volkswagen or Tom'sRiverVW.com because we're paying the sales tax.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free
Hi,
mobile
everybody.
app.
This is ex-Philadelphia Eagles and Philadelphia Stars tight end Ken Dunnick. And I just wanted to wish my good friend Billy Schweim a happy 10th anniversary. It seems like yesterday you started the show, and Billy is one of the most enthusiastic sports radio guys you will ever meet. So, Billy, wishing you another 10 years, and best of luck, pal. Take care.
Wow. Ken Dunnick, man, that got me. Welcome back. We're broadcasting live the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northville. Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, Nick Earnshaw, and that was very, very nice from Ken Dunnick. And there's another guy, Dave. You know, people help you along the way. Nothing gets done by yourself. There's always people behind people.
There is.
There's always people helping people.
There is.
People helping people. Like Vince
No,
Vaughn.
I'm serious. And
Yeah.
and there's a perfect example of when I first met Ken Dunnick. He took me under his wing. He was almost like a father-like figure to me in a way, and introduced me to the right people. And of course, going to the Jersey Man and Philly Man events. You know, Nick.
Yep.
And when you've been there, Dave, it's a really good networking thing, and we've benefited from that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Ken's great. Got to talk to him this past week a little bit, setting that up. So very much appreciate Ken for doing that. And also, I appreciate this individual as well, because we love him to death. He's the best. And we were actually just talking about him during the break. I mean, he had to come in and say hello for the 10 years. I mean, Sportsbook Consigliere straight from Vegas.
And not only that, I get phone calls from people. Hey, the book was on MLB Network. Like you're the biggest star since Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire? Fred Astaire? He called you Fred Astaire.
Listen, I got moves. I can do it. Good to see you, boys. Yeah, this is a really cool thing.
It sure is, Dave, and I appreciate you, man. I know you're getting up early, but I got to tell you, I love you. And when Dave was interviewing me, actually, and asked me what were some of the highlights of my life and my tenure or my career here, and I said one of the biggest surprises was the day you showed up unannounced. I mean, that I was never so fooled with anything in my life. Not even the reveal for my daughter. I kind of thought we were having a girl.
Wow. Well, hooking it up today.
We're caffeinated and activated.
Yeah.
Coordination. It all took some coordination. And you were talking about it. Nothing gets done without help, and along the way, you got some good guys behind you there with producing the show and different things. And they make it happen. Nikki reached out to me for this. Josh reached out to me. We coordinated that whole thing to show up and surprise you and do the whole show next to you and Clem and M. That was fun. It was one of the highlights.
Yeah, it was an all-timer, Dave. One of the highlights of my 10 years here at ESPN. And the thing about you is, when we did our weekly segment, I had you on for like 2 or 3 years. Yeah. And the number of people that would respond to it, saying that it was funny, it was informative, and it was authentic.
Yeah, and that's what we try to do every day. Just in life. I mean, old guys like us, and you're older than me, Billy, but you look great. You got the summer tan working already. I can see it.
You should see my brother.
Oh, believe me, I'm sure brother Schwein's got to look like, he probably looks like
George Hamilton. Yeah, he does. Right now he does, yeah.
Yeah. But no, as long as you keep it real, just in life, let alone when you're on the air and do this stuff, I think people gravitate towards you, and you've done that for a long time. I mean, from the time we met, on the boardwalk, I literally met you.
The rant booth,
we did the boardwalk.
John Coyle.
That's it, with Coyle, and we sat down and we did 10 minutes there, and I said, here, take my number, and we took each other's number. Next thing you knew, it led to 2 years every Saturday morning coming in the locker room. I'd like to redo that. Coming up, hopefully we'll revisit that and get that done. A lot of things have gone on, a lot of things have changed, but a lot of things have stayed the same. That's the beauty of the Locker Room Show, is that you continue to bring it every single week.
I wrote my article, 973ESPN.com, and I thanked everybody. You were included in that. I talked about all the co-hosts that I've had over the years, all the people that, and like I said, you can't do it by yourself. It's a collaboration, but you got to find the right group. And finding you and having Dave Klemic in here, Clem and M, it's because he's a real person. The laughter and the banter, it's not contrived. You know what I mean? Nick Earnshaw, like we laugh and talk the way this exact same way we do when we're not on the air.
Well, the breaks are an extension of the show. That's how you know you're working on a good show. No, you guys know this when you're talking on the breaks, and then you go, oh, by the way, we're coming back from commercial.
Yeah, that's right.
And you got to do the show. That's how you know you're onto something good, and that's why it was so comfortable for me that day to I hid in the parking lot and waited until it was.
I pulled right next to you. If I would have looked at you twice, but I pulled in. I just assumed there was somebody for the nail salon.
I was waiting in the car, and I saw you, and I turned my head so you didn't see the back of my head, and I took my hat off, so
that definitely never recognized
bald head, right? Like, who's that bald guy in there? Listen, you were focused. You come in and you sit down and. You get your notes out, your newspaper, your reading glasses. There's nobody that does it like you, Billy.
No. Look, there's no one that does it like the Schweiner. Nobody.
Absolutely not. So it was good. And, I got to sit, a couple feet away from Dave Klemic, who, looks even better in person than he does here on the feed.
See, not only is he good on the radio, he's handsome.
Oh, believe me. I see it.
But you know what you know what his nickname is, though, right?
What?
Sim. Can you explain that, Dave?
Why?
I don't want to explain that.
No, just tell him what it stands for.
It stands for stick in the mud. I'm not a big partier.
All right, that's fine. Hey, listen, that gets you a long way.
Listen, you're talking, Book, You're talking to the guy who we were watching the football game, the first game in Brazil against the Eagles. Everyone's eating chicken wings. He's eating fruit over there.
Brings fruit to a football party. Every had chicken wings and dip and chips, and he
always one. There's always one. And listen, that guy usually wins in the long run. It's okay.
These guys laughed at me the whole game. They're like, "Oh, you want some fruit? You guys want some fruit? Hey, Dave, give me some fruit."
All you got to do, Dave, is hold up some kiwi. You guys, you don't even know what this is. I got fruit. What is this? Name the fruit. Kiwi.
Oh man,
Sportsbook. Before we let you go, I really appreciate it. This means so much to me. I thank you so much. You're a great person, and I love the banter that we have when we get together. You guys had me on your show when I was out at Radio Row. That was a lot of fun.
That was awesome.
But before I let you go, the Toronto Maple Leafs. What is their chances of winning the Stanley Cup?
I'll tell you what.
I
know Berube, is a friend of yours, and
he just texted me about half an hour ago.
I'm rooting for them. I really think he's got them in the right mindset. Winning both home games meant that they really have a chance of winning this series. I don't think they're going to win Game 4. I think it's going back 2-2. But if they win Game 4, Billy, it's a wrap. And then I think it's a legit chance to get to the Stanley Cup final.
Because it seems like this series is going to be tougher than who they might face in the next series. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, I don't know about
Florida's
that.
a juggernaut, man. They won this cup last year.
I know. They are the toughest team, and they're nasty as could be.
They are.
I wouldn't dismiss Carolina or Washington that easy. I wouldn't. And the West is crazy. I mean, Winnipeg shut out last night. Fantastic game by them.
Yeah.
Between that and the basketball playoffs, boys, it's been excellent. I know the Sixers haven't been relevant.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I haven't watched one bit of the NBA. I haven't watched one bit of the NBA.
It's
been good.
The Knicks today, huge home underdogs against the Celtics, up 2-0 in the series. They won both games in Boston, Billy.
Yeah.
You would have had Boston because they were favored, and I know you love the favorites. They blew 2 20-point leads. Never happened before. So that's the big game coming up today. But, yeah, boys, I got the Philly stuff on. I'm always around. Let me know when you need me. If I could get here and come in the locker room, I love it. Billy, congratulations on a nice 10-year run. Keep it going best you can. This business is getting harder and harder every single day. But I love you, bro. I mean, I'm just glad to see you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dave, and we'll be in touch. There he is, the Sportsbook in Sigley, Dave Sharapan.
Thanks, Book.
That was just, he's just – you guys are getting me, man.
He's
well,
great.
because you know
I
what,
didn't know
Dave?
that's where you met. That's cool.
Yeah, Dave. I don't
on the
I met
boardwalk.
with John Coyle, the place up on the boardwalk. Yeah. We used to do a segment called the Rant Booth on his podcast, and that's how I met Dave. And I said, you know what, Dave, you need to come over with me. And it was just a hit.
So what was he doing in Ocean City then?
No, it was all by video. He was in Vegas.
Okay,
it was by video.
Gotcha.
But you know what, Dave? I never started this I just did it because I wanted to have fun. It was more of a hobby type thing, and then it became like I would miss it. Like I took off for the first time in 10 years that I missed both Saturday and Sunday.
I'll tell you what,
I was either sick. I never. By the way, last year I think I only missed one day.
Yeah.
The year before that I didn't miss any days. But if I did miss, it was always either one day or the other day. I never missed both.
And
last
Schwein.
week was the first week that I missed.
Schwein, it's a great honor that you entrusted me to fill in both days, help out. And on Saturday, we actually had Josh with me on Saturday at the Down and Derby Festival. Okay. So I wanted to get him and his thoughts on your 10 years. Josh Henning, actually do it all, joining the program now.
This is great. So let me just, before Josh actually speaks, Josh used to be my boss at my first radio station, and I will never forget that. I'm going to get a little emotional because this meant a lot to me. You talk about people that give you encouragement. I knew nothing about radio. About what, Josh? Maybe 4 or 5 shows into my tenure there at the other radio station. We were walking out at the same time, and he pulled me aside. He said, "Bill, I got to tell you, man, you're really good." He said, "I've been around radio for a long time." He said, "Just keep doing what you're doing." He said, "You're really." I said, "Come on, Josh, you're just saying it because I'm here." He goes, "No." He goes, "I'm serious." And that what you said to me, Josh, gave me encouragement to continue, and I appreciate
Jostradamus is what
Jostradamus. No, but I'm serious, Josh. I mean, I appreciate that, and that meant so much to me. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad that you listened. That's probably the first thing. It's always plus, But yeah, Billy, you and I have known each other for a long time. This is your 10th year at 97.3, but you and I have known each other
13
way
years.
longer than that.
Yeah.
So probably longer than that because of the time with Chuck Betson as well.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to pop in because obviously 10 years is an accomplishment on any level, and Bill, it's one of those deals where you obviously have evolved and gone through a lot of ups and downs over the years, but you have maintained this show through all of the ups and downs and evolutions, and I think it's a credit to you that the show has been able to endure and maintain its original intent.
Well, I appreciate that, and once again, I said it can't be. It wasn't done by me by myself. It takes a village, basically, to do what I'm doing. And you're right. I mean, I have to sell advertisements. Of course, in my article, 97.3ESPN.com, I encourage everybody to read it. I thank each and every one of the advertisers because without the advertisers, I couldn't do it.
I think that's the part people don't understand, and that is, when you do these kind of shows, you're not doing it for free. You gotta pay the bills. And then you need people who are going to support your endeavor, your desire, your passion to do it. And it's not easy. It's not something that comes, and I know for you, Bill, it's been a learning experience for you as well over just the last 10 years. And, Dave and I were having a conversation earlier this week about something else. And, I was telling Dave that, you learn who your friends really are. Like you learn real quick who's real and who's not in your life. And I think that for you, some of that's been a little frustrating at times. You and I have had conversations about, people that, you thought supported you, believed in you, were your friend and blah, blah, blah. And then it was just like, it's almost like a slap in the face when you find out that, the people who said all of one thing, they don't follow through at all. It's that I think that's why it's important to thank the advertisers, because people don't understand that, there's a lot of people in this world who do a lot of talking, but their actions never, ever, ever back up their words.
So actions speak louder than words. And, of course, I reached out to my favorites, Mark Grimes, Joe Lenigan, Tom Jackson, Ron Conklin, Tom McMenamin. I spoke to all those guys either through text or actual conversations on the phone. Of course, we lost Giuseppe Randazzo, passed away, but the Randazzo family, who's been very supportive of the locker room since its inception, and you as well, Josh. And I really appreciate everything you've done for the locker room, for me, and for the show, and I appreciate you, and good luck to everything that you're going to be doing here in the near future.
Yeah, we're still working on that full reveal. That's still you don't want to count the chickens before they're hatched, but I do appreciate that, Phil.
All right, Josh Henning, and by the way, excellent job you and Nick did last week, broadcasting live from the Down and Derby Wine Festival. You had Jeffrey Nash on from FastlaneHandicapper.com. Of course, Hall of Fame jockey Tony Black, and of course, Lou Capelli, director of Freeholders in Camden County. Excellent job, Josh. I can always count on you. Thank you.
I also got 2 out of 3.
All right, there he is, Josh Henning. And I got to tell you, Dave, he was my boss. And when he gave me those words of encouragement, gave me the impetus to continue, because I'm not the kind of guy that I don't have an ego. Do you know what I mean? When you and I sit here talk I have a microphone in my face. I think I'm just talking to you guys. That's it.
It's and being around Josh too. I gotta tell you, man, that kid is an encyclopedia. He is Google.
Dang right.
Josh Google.
Instead of go Google, you can just go Josh.
Nah, man,
instead of AI, he's JH.
He's so smart, and it's neat having him around because you can't if you wanted to know who was the defensive coordinator
for the Baltimore
ago,
for the Indianapolis Colts.
This guy, and his lineage was this. He coached under these people, and that's why he has the
photographic memory.
Can we take him to the casinos? Card count?
Yeah.
All right.
We got. That's just the first hour, by the way. That's just the
I
first
can't
hour.
wait to see Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda. By the way, I'm going to have to give him a hard time though. So just real quick, because full disclosure, I don't try to hide anything. So it's not the Galloway Pool Service anymore. It's the Vassar Pool Service. And I had to hear this through Dave Klemic. I'm going to get on PJ.
You want to know how I
By the
found
way,
out?
he's backstage.
PJ Corda.
He's waiting. He's laughing.
Can you bring his ass up?
You want to know who
I'll bring him up on the other side. We got to get the break.
To the advertiser at Wawa, and he's wearing a jacket.
You think he would call me and
"That's
tell
your
me?"
Pool Service. I go, we've been saying Galloway Pool Service. He goes, oh, it was. Now it changed. How long ago? Like 2 years ago. Like,
These are like
the wrong
I've
ad.
been for 2 years. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by. You see?
Yo, no. You know what? Let me get. PJ did to me before. One time I called him on a Wednesday. I'm flying down to go see his place in Florida, right? I'm going down. Me and Erica are going down. He goes, are you guys coming down? I go, yeah, because I'm in New Jersey right now. I'm not going to be there. You guys can go stay at my house. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're coming to see you. He goes, I forgot. I'm up here in Jersey.
All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. It opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. Right now, they're open Thursday through Monday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll take a look back at the Phillies weekend and Sunday Night Baseball against the Cleveland Guardians. It is draft lottery day, a huge night for the Sixers. Mike McGarry, Bob Wankel, football at 4, all of that and more as we look back at a busy weekend on the Sports Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number 1.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them The Locker Room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the
Hey there, Schweiner. It's the intern, Duck Dynasty, whatever nickname you want to call me at this point. And I just wanted to say, congrats on hitting 10 years. It's a huge accomplishment. I'm super fortunate and lucky to have been a part of it for the last couple of years. And yeah, here's to 10 more years of nothing being fine and talking sports with the Schweiner.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, Nick Earnshaw. Now, of course, that was the intern Andrew Leeds. And now on the phone with us right now is a very good friend of mine. We grew up from childhood, third grade. Let's bring up on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline, Lou Capelli, Director of Freeholders in Camden County. Good morning, Lou.
Good morning, Bill. Congratulations.
Lou, I got to tell you, man, when I talk about it takes everybody, and it sure does, but one thing you're a very good friend of mine, a dear friend, but, over the years I've had to work with you and Barbara Borwick and Dominic Mariani and Johnny DiMaria. All have contributed to my show in one way or the other, and I just want to thank you, Lou. I couldn't do it without you.
Well, listen, we're very proud of you, Bill. We love your passion for sport and for covering all that you do on this station. It's amazing. It's 10 years,
10 years,
Time
man.
flies.
Yeah. Lou, you know what?
Flies.
Tell the people, we used to play wiffle ball. How many hours a day did we play wiffle ball in my driveway or in the corner of Tatum and Center there and play kill a man with a football in the backyard?
It was nonstop. It was all we did. It was all we did. We were never sitting home on iPads, laptops, or video, and it was always about physical activity and sports, and they were the good old days, Bill.
Lou, we even used to keep the book.
We did. You still have that
I
book.
still have it. Yeah, I got it somewhere. I got to find it. Yeah. But you guys, David and Nick, we used to play. And remember, Lou, you were the Dodgers, right, Lou?
I was.
So you had to bat like Davey Lopes or Ron Say. You had to bat like if it was a left-handed batter in your line. Now Louis was left-handed, but if he had to bat right when he was like Steve Garvey, Lefty Louie. And of course, we love your coverage of the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. You and Jeff Nash. I really appreciate you guys once again, Lou. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
Billy, never forget, you are the media.
All right, there he is, Lou Capelli. I'll tell that story on the other side. We got a great show lined up in hour 2. We're going to talk with Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, brought to you by the Vassar Pool Service. And then, of course, the head coach of the Royal Revolution Cheer Squad, Coach Michell Peterson, will be with us on the bottom of the second hour. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver and mainland product, Dave Klemic, Nick Earnshaw, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Y'all are saying biscuits aren't as good as bagels for breakfast sandwich? The biscuit is better.
Cece, no,
the biscuit is better.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Y'all are having the wrong. I don't know who making y'all biscuits. Y'all are all off. Like, if you got a biscuit as the vehicle for the breakfast sandwich, I'll take that 10 times out of 10 over a bagel.
What?
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free, so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CAR for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CAR for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CAR.
In a world full of impressions, clicks, and empty promises, your trades business needs more than marketing. At Ignite Home Services, we fuel the trades.
If you're grinding every day but stuck on a plateau, Ignite Home Services is your secret lead generation weapon.
We're not just a marketing company. We are the lead generation experts for the trades. HVAC, plumbing, roofing, you name it. We run hundreds of campaigns built to deliver real, measurable growth.
We don't chase clicks, we chase results. Powered by Pipeline Pro, our AI-backed lead tracking system.
Preferred media partners with Service Titan, Roofle, Chirp, and yes, we partner with Google.
We're tech-driven, human-led, ROI obsessed.
So if your residential business is ready to break through the noise, visit igniteinhome.com. That's igniteinhome.com. And let's fuel the trades.
South Jersey's official play-by-play home of the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
At 0 point would I ever consider not being a fan of the team.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
To the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver and mainland product, Dave Klemic, and, of course, Nick Earnshaw. We're having a good time here in the locker room. May 10th already. Flying by. 10 years for the Schweiner in the locker room.
As the intern said, nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. 10 years of it.
10 years. I just got a text message from Joe Randazzo, Giuseppe's son, and he said he's listening. Congratulations on the 10 years. He said, my dad would be so proud of you, and he would be. And I'm going to get emotional because when I talk about real people, and I'm going to miss Joe Giuseppe, but he believed in me from day one. He was with me for the entire time that I've been on the air. And he just liked, I don't know, he liked being a part of the show. And he was very helpful and very instrumental in keeping this thing on the air.
Well, you said we were talking about the advertisers, but I will speak to advertisers, right? If Billy is not just an advertiser, he's your promoter, and he's your he's your biggest fan.
He's your hype man.
Yeah, and he's your hype man. He shows up and
You know what, Nick? Because he's right. But Dave, I thought when people invest in me, right. I want to do whatever I can. I want to show love. Not just I don't want to be cookie cutter. Read brought to you by the Vassar Pool Service. I want to show some love
for sure. Even like the seal, your seal coating sponsor. Right? He followed up with me like 10 times. Did you give him a call? But he's like, here's the number. Called me to make sure. Guess what? He got the bid.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
It's cool that he got it, and you facilitated everything
with the Klemic performance method. You guys, you got your people down there right now. They listen. You guys have us on. Matter of fact, who did I meet? One of my players, Gina.
Yeah, Canuso.
Canuso. She says she walked into your facility and then she saw the ESPN.
Yeah,
everything's up on the thing, and I appreciate that, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, before we get to Negadelphia, I did want to read a couple of texts. Jeff in Ocean City says, "Happy 10th birthday to the crew. Looking forward to the next 10."
Yeah, he's such a great guy.
Dan and EHT.
Love Dan.
10 years of greatness, Billy. 2 Super Bowl championships by the Eagles in that span.
Yeah. How about Villanova? 2 championships in that span.
Yeah.
And the Phillies making the playoffs 3 years in a row.
The pennant.
And the pennant.
And by the way, Paul from OC. Billy, congratulations on 10 awesome years. Always enjoyed the show. My favorite interview was with Dale Berra. Paul from
Dale
OC.
Berra. How about that? There's another one. Dale Yogi Berra's son.
Yeah.
Who played in the major leagues. All right, now it's time for Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, brought to you by the Vassar Pool Service. Not happy with your pool people? Call the Galloway Pool or the Vassar Pool Service. I'm gonna knock them out. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Are we still asking for Dragon?
yeah, it's still Dragon.
Still Dragon? Yeah. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Vassar Pool Service. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda. Good morning, P.J.
Good morning, gentlemen. Happy 10-year, Billy.
I got to tell you, man, I couldn't listen, P.J., and I mean this with all sincerity and from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank you so much because what you have done for the show is you couldn't even put a price tag on it just by buying those shirts and making that type of atmosphere so much more conducive for like fun stuff. Like it's fun. We got. Can you hold the jersey up? You guys got the jersey. I don't have mine on today.
We got it.
But you know what, PJ? Everywhere I go when I wear that thing, people go, "I love that jersey." Now we're holding it up on the Facebook page or the YouTube channel on the X platform. That's the back of the jersey, and in the front it has the Phillies P, the Flyers emblems in the background, the Eagles head, and the 76ers in the middle of the Phillies P, which is emblematic of all the teams that we cover.
We got a great crew, man. We've got a great crew.
And I love the new artwork that Dave made. I mean, that encapsulates what we do. That's a fun picture, and it's like you want to be a part of it. You know what I mean?
We still got to get that billboard going, though.
Well, you know what? So
we got to do that.
I don't know. You seem like so. When did the Galloway Pool Service stop being the Galloway?
Well, I got to tell you, man, these guys are changing the names of their companies all the time. You just got to stick with one name and follow it,
Well, do me a favor. When they change it again, let me know.
I'll give you a heads up next time. Yeah.
So, Mr. Negadelphia, in the promo that I made for today's show, I said, we have Mr. Negadelphia at top of the second hour. Can he be negative? Like, how can you be negative right now? You can't be negative. The only team that you could really be negative about right now is the Sixers.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Phillies lost 6-0. I don't know.
Talking about bringing me down to earth.
I'm just like, it's not like we're not in first place. Just to remind everybody.
And not only that, PJ. How about the Atlanta Braves? Don't look now, but they're 18-20.
And
only two games behind, or 4 games behind the Phillies.
Listen, the wild card isn't as much of an option as it was in the past. You know what I mean? So we got to earn our way in. We got to.
Whoa! What do you mean the wild card's not much of an option? You got 3 spots. They went to a World Series with the wild card.
All the wild card's going to come from the West.
Oh, no.
Look at the stats of the cup. These guys, listen. We got the Dodgers. We got a lot of teams we got to go up against here, man. You know.
I don't think the Giants will be able to sustain it, but you're going to get 2 teams out of the West. There's no question about it.
Right. So I'm just saying, if we win the division, we know we're in the playoffs. Let's just do it that way, and we won't have any problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I got to, as negative as you are, that's why your spot is called Mr. Negadelphia.
Yeah.
The Phillies, I mean, think about it. They're not in a bad position because if you look at their track record over the last, 1980, after 28 games, they were 15-13. In 2008, exact identical record. And in 2025, identical record of 15-13. So, and even Bryce Harper's numbers, they're exactly the same as last year. And he finished with a 285 batting average.
Yeah, we're not in a terrible spot. We definitely can still make a run at it. I'm not, putting down our season or anything by any means like that. It's a long season. I mean, we got a long ways to go here, but we'll see. It's all going to come down if we stay healthy and at the end of the year if we're actually on target here.
And Mr. Met, he can't be too. I mean, Soto, he's not really playing well.
He's not worth $750 million.
$750 million, Dave. Could you make that kind of money? Like making that kind of money? That's PJ. That's PJ Corda money right there.
I had a question too. If I could jump in on ask Mr. Negadelphia a question. What did you hear that we signed Dallas Goedert to the? That's a PJ-ism that caught on. We've been saying it for a year. Did you like that signing?
Yeah. So listen, he took a what I consider a franchise-friendly deal. Right,
pay cut. He took a pay cut.
He took So he took a little cut there, and he's still getting paid good money. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's making a good living. But I think it's great that he's staying. It's a huge addition for us that go into the next season with knowing what we're getting there. And I know that Jalen's going to target him a lot because it's a comfortability thing for his timing and everything.
You know what, too? I was thinking they might actually added some in the back end, some performance bonuses. Like they could. Well,
he did. There are. Okay. Yeah. It's bonus laden. He's got a few incentives in there that he can make it like an extra $2 million, I believe it is, or something like that.
I mean, while we're on the Eagles, I'm just saying, did you guys hear word that we might get Justin Simmons here?
Yes. He wants to come here. There's reports that Justin Simmons wants to be a Philadelphia Eagle.
You hear things like that. It's like, hey, let's call up Mark Grimes. Let's get him a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, why waste time? Like, let's just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Make him comfortable. Any Pro Bowler wants to come in with us, we're welcoming. That's what we want on our team,
Because when all the athletes are looking for a house in South Jersey, they call Mark Grimes.
Yeah, you have to call Grimesy. By the way, there is something that Mr. Negadelphia could be negative about. So the Flyers, they had the draft lottery the other night. Did not go our way.
They dropped 2.
They're number 6 now. The 76ers.
Exactly how it's going for the Flyers.
PJ, what's going to happen with the 76ers? Are they going to have bad luck too? Is that building the new Xfinity Mobile Arena cursed?
Listen, we need all the luck we can get with the Sixers, all right? So we can't be going down this lane, But no, I mean, I was disappointed to see it. I mean, could have gone a little bit better. But, we still have a long offseason to repair pretty much the entire team. So we'll see what Briere's going to do there. But I'm excited to see a new squad come out with a new coach and see what we can do.
What about with the Sixers? Daryl Morey was doing his press run. They're running it back. Paul George, Embiid, Maxey, they got the top pick. Come on, Mr. Negadelphia.
Listen to this, Mr. Negadelphia. Morey was being interviewed. He was on another radio station, and he said, well, I've never had a losing season in all my career. Yeah, he's never won a playoff. He's never won an NBA championship. That's great. He's had winning seasons, but at the end of the day, it's about winning a championship.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, we want championships, right? I mean, we kicked Andy Reid out so we get our championships in here. He went and did his thing over there. We did ours over here. I mean, we don't want to just be a good winning team all the time. You know what I mean? We want to win the actual – I'd rather sacrifice some wins and get a championship. You know what I mean? So let's focus on the goal at the beginning of the season, which is to win that Super Bowl or win that championship,
Mr. Negadelphia, we're going to start another 10 years. We got to get you up. When you get back up in town, you have to come in the studio because we have to take your picture in front of the ESPN sign and get you up on the website.
No, absolutely, man. I'm going to be in there every week. Absolutely.
And by the way, do me a favor. when a business changes its name, can you and by the way, I'm still waiting for a decision. I tried to call you the other day to find out if you want Coy Detmer to do this thing, and you still haven't heard from you.
Listen, you know how these financial guys are. They take a while.
Hurry up and wait.
The hurry up and wait. But I'll get that situated this week. We'll get it going.
There he is, P.J. Corda. P.J., you're an asset to the show. We love you, and can't wait to see you next Saturday right here in the locker room.
Great being here, Billy. Congrats to the 10 years. I hope for another 10 years to come, man.
All right. There he is, P.J. Corda on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. You know what I love about P.J.? The segment is named perfectly Mr. Negadelphia because he is a microcosm of what people are in this in this area when it comes to Phil. But rightly so, Dave, because this city was the city of losers for a long time. It's ingrained in us.
You got to know the kid. You got to know when we auditioned him, how natural it came to him. And we're like, oh, gosh, this is perfect. Like, he is the perfect fan. Billy's like more of a homer, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely a homer.
And where he's the opposite. So
but I still get worked up, though. He
gets negative. No, Billy gets negative, too.
Yeah.
I don't stay negative long.
No, he's negative no matter what.
Like, you know what? Here's a perfect example. And I know we're up against the break, but I was not a Howie Roseman supporter. As a matter of fact, Mike Gill and I used to go round and round because he's not a football guy. But I've come around. The guy, he won me over because he's won 2 Super Bowls. He's lost 1, but his team, they're the gold standard in the NFL.
Well, there's a lot of things that people do to profile athletes. And I was reading a little bit about how Howie Roseman profiles the athlete, and not a lot to do with the combine and this, that. He's looking at how you play high school sports.
Well, Dave, you said that they go back. They have investigators go back. That's what Dom D'Alessandro does, right? Doesn't he go back in there? Big Dom.
Yeah, and they look at how you interact with your coach and this, that. And he does a lot of deep dives. Probably the deepest dive I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes. And versus, Coach Vermeil used to do those profiles, deep profiles, and he does.
Because it's all about character.
And they go, they'd rather have a guy with less talent if he's going to be more of a long-term asset.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Atlantic City, Best of Philadelphia, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422. Ask for Norma, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio. It's an interleague showdown in Cleveland.
Deep right field, and this game is tied. Monster home run from Harper.
Bryce Harper and the Philadelphia Phillies face Jose Ramirez and the Cleveland Guardians.
Jose Ramirez.
The Phillies and Guardians on Sunday Night Baseball. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern.
It's Phillies baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Servicing Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
As America's leading business lender, Bank of America is on your corner and in your corner. With over $5 billion in business loans and more than 90 business specialists right here in New Jersey, we help businesses thrive so communities prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA Club World Cup 2025. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free
Hi, this is
app.
former Eagle Vince Papale, and I'm wishing Billy a huge congratulations for his 10-year anniversary on ESPN, The Locker Room. Billy, you are invincible, and with Dave Klemic, without a doubt, you guys are an invincible team.
Wow! Broadcasted live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw. Wow, that meant a lot to me, man. That was great.
Well, Vince, a big brother to me.
Yep.
And
Wow.
our daddy was Dick Vermeil.
Yeah.
I got to meet all of these guys. I met
Thanks,
Vince
Dave.
Papale back in 2003 at the Maxwell Awards. Coach Vermeil got he got NFL Coach of the Year award. And he said, hey, they're making this movie about this guy I coach. Not a Disney movie, not just they're making a movie about him. And not that he was a star in it too, you know what I mean? But and then and he started telling me the story about Vince and how here's a guy who could run like you. He used to be able to run like you. And then I started, reading up about him. My pop-up told me all about him and then getting to be on this show has only cultivated the relationship between us
That's awesome.
and the Papales and the Vermeils and everything, and Ken Dunnick and the whole Philly situation. Billy, you've really facilitated all
Well,
this
I got to
for us.
tell you, real quick, I know we got someone on the hook. I have no idea who it is. But when I first started at the other radio station that I started, Vince Papale was one of my first, he and Craig Berube. And when in the introduction song where it says I introduced, I said Vince Papale, I can smell it already. Yeah. That was from the second or third original show ever.
Wow.
And it just never gets old. But you know what I really loved, Nick, is when we had Vince signing autographs at Liscala's.
That was fun.
And to see Dave, to see how much Vince meant to you, you can see it in your eyes. You got emotional. That whole afternoon made me feel good.
Because I coach his son.
Yep.
And I watch how Vince has coached me in life and how to help me and kind of push me in the right directions. Right. And then knowing that we have the same daddy. You know what I mean? We have the same daddy, basically. Yeah. So we're and Ken Dunnick too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I always call those guys big bro. Big bro. And they treat me as such. You know what I mean?
All right. So now we have someone else on the line who wanted to chime in. All right. And I texted him yesterday. I said, "Oh, you gotta call in." From the Sports Bash, the brand manager at 97.3 ESPN, Mr. Mike Gill, calling in for the 10 years.
Mike Gill.
Billy, I said, if this guy makes it 10 years, you'll be fired today. So I'm calling to tell you, you're fired.
Hey, I got to tell you, Mike, I'll never forget the look on his face the very first time that I pulled up to the studio. I think you were walking out, I was walking in, and you were like kind of standing because, I'm sure you've seen people come and go. And I looked at your face and I said, he doesn't think I'm going to last. And you even said it to me because I think even a couple years ago we were talking about this. You didn't think I was going to make it past a year.
Your first show, you cursed.
Yes, I did. That's right. I forgot about that. I wanted everything to be perfect, right? And I have a preconceived notion of what I wanted to have done. And if the very first show was not going to plan, there was a couple of technical difficulties. And as soon as I signed off, I pushed back and I dropped an F-bomb. And the producer at the time, I forget his name, he left the mic on.
Yeah, blame him, right? It's funny. By the way, EC, what's up there, Klemic?
Yo,
I tell them all the time. I said, "Yo, you ever call Klemic EC? He'll know what it means."
We did. We called him that a few times.
It stands for extra conditioning. Because I was always in trouble.
Conditioning. Always in trouble. I said it's apropos. As I'm sitting here at the Ventnor Block Party, there's a band playing Country Roads in the background. How apropos is that for me to be talking here? But it's funny because at the time there was a guy who worked at the station, and he said, "Hey, we're going to put this guy Billy Schwein on. I want you to listen to his stuff." And I listened to it. I said, "This guy's terrible. I don't want to."
I probably did say that. But Mike, you know how this business is, and we just the crew that we've assembled here. We're just regular guys sitting around a microphone having some fun, and it's worked.
Absolutely. It's funny. I just was standing here, as I said, I'm at the Ventnor Block Party, and, a guy walked up to me. He says, "Hey, Mike Gill, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "You know what? I didn't know the guy's name, but, I'm talking to him for a couple minutes." He said, "Oh, yeah, I'm getting ready to listen to Billy's show." And I said, "Well, I'll be calling in here in a little bit here." It's been a great dynamic. And, the one thing is, we laugh all the time. Billy's a little paranoid. He thinks he's getting fired like at every other weekend. They're going to get rid of me. They're going to get rid of me. It's been 10 years. You think anybody is paying attention? But it's funny. Billy and I have way different personalities.
Oh yeah.
But we certainly have become friends over the years. Billy's driven me to the airport. He's picked me up from the airport. All that kind of good jazz. So no, it's good dynamic of the people that you've kind of cultivated and made a part of the station.
Well, Mike, I want to thank you because without your leadership and your knowledge and professionalism, you've obviously led by example, showed me things that, obviously I was wet behind the ears. I didn't know too much about radio when I started. And just watching how you do things and some of the advice that you've given me over the years have really helped me, and I really appreciate it. And I really thank you so much, Mike, for everything you've done for the locker room.
Yeah, man, and it's funny. A couple of years ago, I said to Bill, "Hey, you want to go to the Super Bowl with us?" And we started that, down in Vegas last year. This year, we went down to New Orleans. Yeah. So, anything that we could do to try to, it's all. I always say, listen, it's always about the listeners. It's always about the people. People might not like my opinions, your opinions. That's not what really matters. No. We do this. I program the station with the thought in mind that when I was a young guy, we didn't have a station like that to listen to. And I always said, if I get the chance to do it in my hometown, I want to be able to do it the best I can. And having you guys on the weekend is certainly an addition to that. It gives us a local flair, and down to the lifeguard races. Up on Friday night. That I always jab at you for stuff like that, but those things matter to the people around here. So it's certainly very advantageous to have that local flavor all throughout, the weekend.
Hey, Mike, I appreciate you, man, and I can't wait till we get together again. Thank you so much, and I'll continue to try to do the best I can for you, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, keep up the good work and have the good rest of your show.
There he is, Mike Gill on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. I'm telling you, just like no, seriously, Mike. He was skeptical and every right to be that way. When I first saw him, Dave, he was looking at me with eyes wide. Look at this guy.
Cursed on the first show.
Wait, this has been. It was 9.5 years, I would say. And Nick's setting something up, right, for Billy. It's like a surprise, and he goes, "Yeah, they want to add another commercial in right here." So he's like, "What?" He turns around and he goes, "See, I told you, they're always trying to push me out."
Oh, remember that?
They're always trying to push me out. We're cracking up laughing because it was like actually just a surprise. See, they're trying to get rid of me. I knew it.
That is pretty.
That was when I think we brought the book on. We surprised you with the book one of those days. So
that was great. All right, on the other side. So my daughter, I was away last week. My daughter does cheer. She cheers for Royal Revolution, the Crystals. Now, I was not skeptical, but it was a kid's thing. She's only 9 years old. She'll be 10 in June. And I didn't really take it. When I saw how many girls participate and how serious this thing is, when I get down to Orlando, you would not believe it. The uniforms, the amount of time and effort that these girls put into practice. And now you can get scholarships in college to do this.
Yeah, now they have the football players cheering for the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
So my daughter is on the Royal Revolution. She cheers for the Crystals, and they won their division down there in Orlando. They beat out 10 teams from around the country. Now, we're going to talk with Coach Michell Peterson on the other side. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. All right, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. We love it down there. It opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza and their daily specials. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're open Thursday through Monday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll talk with Coach Michell Peterson of the Royal Revolution Cheer Squad. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll take a look back at the Phillies weekend and Sunday night baseball against the Cleveland Guardians. It is draft lottery day, a huge night for the Sixers. Mike McGarry, Bob Wankel, football at 4, all of that and more as we look back at a busy weekend on the Sports Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again, again and again. Call and again, again and again.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them The Locker Room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Another checkup? Why are so many people getting new puppies?
Dr. Kim's veterinary office is littered with cuteness.
We are booked solid for weeks, but who can say no to a puppy, right? Oh, who's a good boy? Oh, who's what? Oh,
She needs to find extra vet techs to get those pups some extra love.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Leonard Skinnard, live in concert. Friday, May 30th, 9 p.m., Ovation Hall and Ocean Casino Resort. Celebrating 50 years of Leonard Skinnard. Tickets on sale now at theoceanac.com. Leonard Skinnard.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN.
Billy,
and the free mobile
it's your man
app.
Danny Ryan here, the producer. And I want to congratulate you on quite an accomplishment. 10 years, a decade, it's no small feat. I felt it was only right to do this video from my shore town, Long Beach Island. I know it's not your shore town in Ocean City, but it's been a privilege talking Philadelphia sports with you for a little over, 3 years now. I mean, I have fun every single Sunday, sometimes Saturday, when I'm filling in for Nicky Nuggets, and I just wanted to congratulate you. I mean, really, this is an awesome accomplishment, and I'm really, really proud of you. I'm proud to honestly share a producing table with you every single Sunday, and yeah, man, congratulations to 10 more years.
There he is. It's Danny Ryan. We're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and, of course, Nick Earnshaw. And that was super nice of Danny Ryan. Once again, the team that we've assembled here is just phenomenal, and I really appreciate it, all you guys.
Well, Billy, could you imagine 10 more years? How old would you be?
Let's keep that under our hat.
You'd be 55.
That's why I remember they call me Billy Schwein, not Bill Schwein.
Yeah,
or William
not
Robert.
Good
Not
story.
Robert. Bobby goes by Robert Schwein. He's all serious. They used to call me the fun brother. All right. So my daughter, the reason why I was away last week is my daughter goes down to Orlando. She's a part of the Royal Revolution cheer squad. She's a flyer. All right. When I first got there, I was a little skeptical. You know, as kids are out there, probably, but they take it real seriously. And as each event, each competition down the line got bigger and bigger, I'm thinking, wait, this is unbelievable. I go down to Orlando, there'd be like 20,000 girls down there. Cheer is a big sport, Dave.
Yeah, I know one of the judges that's on the panel that does all the judging and everything. She's been around it since, like she was a Patriots cheerleader back in, like, when I was in college. And she was telling me how the growth of private cheer squads.
Get scholarships.
It's huge.
All
it's
right.
huge.
Without any further ado, let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room. The coach of the Crystals for the Royal Revolution is Michell Peterson, and, of course, the owner is Alexis Scarillo. And let's go welcome you guys in. How you guys doing?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, I got to first, before I must say, I cannot believe the size and scope of the cheer competition down in Orlando. Had to be like 20,000 girls there.
Yeah, it was a big one. There were so many kids there, so many teams.
Coach Michelle, when Eliza Grace first started working with you guys, I was a little, I thought I didn't really take it that serious. But after Orlando, I mean, it's unbelievable. The girls can win scholarships to college doing this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we went from, I think there were thousands of teams there. There was a waiting list to get in the competition that we attended. There was another event going on, the D1 Summit, with probably 3,000 teams in attendance. So it's a pretty big deal.
How long has the Royal Revolution been a cheer team?
So we are going on our 4th season. Prior to being an all-star program, we were a recreational program So this is our 4th season that was All-Star.
Can you guys explain to us the like how this came about, and talk to us about what your goals are, like how many girls can participate and things like that?
Yeah, so this came about prior to being Royal Revolution. We were Red Program attached cheerleading. We were around for 15 years. I cheered there. My mom ran the program, and then we just decided we were so successful in rec. We were like, we got to take it to the next level. So we started Royal Revolution. This is going to be our 4th season. Right now we have about 140 athletes, and each year we're getting more and more athletes. It's great. We range from ages 3 to 18, and last season we had 11 teams, so each team has like 10 to 25 kids on it, and they're broken up between age and level. And, yeah, each year we're going. So we'll see what season 4 brings.
So if young, and you can, and by the way, there were boys on cheer squads too, I saw.
Yes.
So you guys, how would people get in touch with that if they want to be a part of the Royal Revolution?
So right now we have one young boy on our team. He's about 6 years old, I think. Last season we did have an 18-year-old boy. So each year we do have some boys. It's not as popular in our area for boys to do cheer, but they're more than welcome to join us. We're always looking for more to come along.
Well, I know Eliza Grace. I mean, she's only 9 years old. She'll be 10 in June. When I was 9, I refer they're not that dedicated to young kids. Their attention span's short. But Eliza Grace, she loves it. I mean, she's always doing her cheer moves. She's always stretching and doing all kind of stuff. We got a trampoline in the backyard. She loves it.
Oh yeah, these kids find a passion for it at a really young age, and they go into it full force. Like, they got the trampolines, the air tracks at home. Yeah. Kids are in the gym every single night. They are really dedicated.
Now, is Alexis with us right now?
Yes, I'm Alexis.
Oh, you're Alexis. Okay, you're Alexis. Coach Michelle, let me get you in here. Coach Michelle, when you practice, like you're dealing with young kids that don't have they have short attention spans. How do you keep them involved in practice? Because you guys practice for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So, yeah, we usually practice 2 hours, hour and a half on school nights. And, we come in and we have the same regiment that we do every single time. We do warm-ups, we condition, we warm up our sons, we do full-out. So they know what to expect at every practice. So nothing really changes. We try to spice things up a little bit. We do theme nights. We do different challenges throughout the year, to make it fun. So, yeah, we try to do a couple different things, but they definitely know what to expect when they come into practice. And when they come in, they are focused and ready to roll.
Well, I got to tell you, guys did a wonderful job. My daughter, Eliza Grace, loves being a part of your the Crystals, the Royal Revolution, and congratulations to you, Alexis. We really appreciate you guys for everything you do, and congratulations on the big win.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
All right, there are Alexis and Coach Michelle of the Royal Revolution on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Dave, I'm telling you, you work with young kids at Klemic Performance Method. Yeah. Younger athletes, you gotta handle them differently.
Yeah, I mean, and girls are much more patient than guys. Right? You said 120 kids that age, I'd be losing my mind. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you got 100 kids that play football.
We do, and they're awesome. By the way, thank you for. See, this is the thing about the locker room too. You have this huge platform on ESPN, and then you actually give it to some of the smaller people that you wouldn't have heard of. You would never heard of that if it wasn't for you at ESPN. So, I appreciate that. Everyone can appreciate
Dave, right
that.
here, here's me playing quarterback.
Hold on.
I hand the ball off, Dave.
Speaking of quarterbacks, I went back during the show and I found this. I want to play the intro of the Joe Namath interview. The intro when Billy interviewed Joe Namath years ago. Here we go.
I got to tell you, growing up, Joe Namath was my idol. I had a poster of Joe Namath on above my bed. A big, huge of him dropping back with his white shoes. Joe Namath was the first celebrity pro football player. He was a star. Not only was he a star, he was a great great quarterback with a gun for an arm. He was my idol. And when I interviewed him, my brother Bobby and I were like almost like borderline tears throughout the whole. It was so surreal. Here I am, Dave, interviewing my idol. It was unbelievable.
So cool. I got an opportunity once when I was playing in Kansas City, and the game was being done by Joe Theismann. He was a color commentary guy, and my pop-up, one of his favorite quarterbacks ever was Joe Theismann. I go, I gotta have a catch with the guy. I gotta have a catch with the guy. So I'm on the sideline. He's starting to warming up, and I'm doing this just for my pop-up, so I could tell the story. So I get what
I
you're
caught
saying.
a ball from Joe Theismann.
Joe Theismann threw me a ball, and he's the one that told me that Joe Theismann was actually his name was Joe Theismann.
Right,
but it rhymed with Heisman, so they changed it to Theismann for the Heisman. I knew that whole story, and it's cool. Like you get to actually talk to somebody who you know, and it's neat listening to that. Your voice wasn't as raspy back then. It got a little more raspy over the years.
I was a little bit younger. Listen,
It was a little higher.
Nick, having him on like that. If I encourage all my listeners to go find it on my YouTube channel. It's there. The Joe Namath interview. If you listen to the whole interview, it is. I'm telling you, it's probably my best interview, but the one that I enjoyed the most. Because I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect, you know. But since then, I mean, Mike Eruzione, Jimmy Johnson, I've interviewed, Dick Stockton, the hockey guy. Oh my God, who was the hockey announcer?
Biz?
No, we've had Bizinet on.
Paul Bizinet.
Mike Emmerich.
Oh, Emmerich,
Mike Emmerich on, we're talking about legendary people I listened to and watched growing up. And here I am interviewing Doug Flutie.
Yeah, you got Doug Flutie down in New Orleans.
I mean, and if you go to my website, thelockerroombillyschwein.com, you just go to the photos. Mike Rozier. I had the Heisman Trophy in my car.
Yeah.
We did a live remote up at Tom's River Volkswagen.
Went to high school with his son.
Yeah.
Went to high school with his son.
I mean, like, just things that I've just never thought. I never thought about doing this. You know, just kind of backed into it.
I was in here. You had Tony, Super Bowl champion Tony Banks was on here.
Yep.
Eddie Kennison's been on here. NFL's fastest man. These are some of the people that I'm bringing up. But it was cool. I don't know that they're coming on the show unless it's you had this platform for them,
right?
And you've done such great. And I would I don't think they would have taken my call without. No, they would.
Well, they're friends with you, but see, here's another thing. Like that's called teamwork. Like I bring people in, quality people, like coaches, like you said, Dick Vermeil, and even Howie Roseman. Look for people that are good, not just great players, but good all the way around. And I think with you guys here, and Danny Ryan, and Andrew Leeds, and Mark Grimes, who stops in, my brother Bobby, P.J. Corda, Sportsbook, Mike Carlin. I mean, just good guys. And I just appreciate it all. It's been a lot of fun. 10 years,
well,
man.
I can tell you how fun it is to be in here. Like Billy, I would do this for free.
Nothing could be finer.
Yeah.
So I talked to Chief last night, Craig Berube, after the game. I told you, Nick, I'll text him literally after 30 seconds after the game, and he will get back to me right away. So I said, "Hey, tomorrow's my 10th year anniversary. You gonna call me?" And he said, yeah. And then he just texted me a little while ago. He's on some other radio station right now. Right. I said, "Who wants to talk to you?"
We love Chief.
I can't tell you what he said.
Listen, they're up 2-1 in the series right now. Yeah. So listen, they can if they win the next one, like the book said earlier.
Guess what? I just got my passport in the mail because you have to have either new license or a passport to travel. I told Elijah Grace, Chief, I said, Chief, you make it the Stanley Cup. I'm bringing AG. You want to come, Nick?
Chief
will get his tickets.
I'll get my passport. I'll set it all up. I gotta get one. I'll get it now. Expedited shipping.
Well, what's your favorite place that you've done a remote from?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a really good question.
You know
what? I want to say one of my best shows ever. Josh will remember this. We did the referee roundtable from Charlie's Bar. And I'm surprised more people didn't show up to this. We had a lot of people listening. We had a lot of text messages. I had Curry Frazier, NHL referee. I had Bob McElwee, NFL referee, and I had Steve Javi, NBA. And we sat around a round table.
Nice.
And we talked about the changing dynamics of sports or reffing in the bigs.
Yeah.
It was such a great show. I'll never forget it.
One of the neatest things that I personally, we'd have the officials come to they come to each NFL team and explain the new rules that they install every year. And you're like, I didn't even know that was a rule. Like I didn't even know it was a rule. Okay. So, okay. Hardly any of them affected me, but I was like, man.
Do you ever see the size of their playbook?
Yeah.
Or the rule book, I should
Massive.
say. Let me tell you something, Nick. When I grew up, so how we met the McElwees, Bobby and I became friends with Scott McElwee, the son of Bob McElwee, Scott McElwee, who ended up reffing in the Big Ten and the ACC. Scott's father, when we were growing up, always had the NFL. He had the films in his basement. He'd go over his films, but he also had the rule book. Dave, the rule book had to be this thick.
I mean, if you make a mistake as an official, I'm always like, don't yell at the official. You know how hard that job is?
I don't know. I mean,
so hard.
Should be a full-time job.
It should be a full-time job. I agree with that.
Right? It should be a full-time job.
1000%.
Bob McElwee has the distinction of being in reffing 3 Super Bowls in 3 different decades.
It's unreal.
How about that?
That's unreal.
Wow.
I have on my promo.
Yeah.
My song. The intro song. All right. This 10-year anniversary today is just I can't believe how fast it's going.
And he actually let me read the "Twas the Night Before Football" every year on here. I appreciate that.
Dave, you know how much that meant to me, man? That was one of the best poems I ever heard in my life.
Me and Nikki remixed it last
year. This past year,
made a little bit more
sense.
There you
go.
Do the
Talk
same
about
thing
that.
this year.
Like that's the stuff that just makes this go flying by.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
We had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun being part of this.
Well, let's have some more. Let's
10
have,
more.
Let's have 10 more. All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. Just want to make a brief note that on Friday we lost Frank Sisto passed away. He was the one that facilitated my interview with Joe Namath. He always took an interest in my show. I spoke with Brian Baldinger, who's good friends with Frank. I talked to Baldy for about a half an hour yesterday, and just want to send our condolences to the Sisto family, and we're going to miss Frank Sisto. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on ESPN Radio.
On the run to the warning track, he has done it again!
Austin Riley leads the Atlanta Braves in a PNC Park to face O'Neal Cruz and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Back there, on its way, gone! And the Pirates winning.
The Braves at the Pirates. Coverage begins today at 3:30 Eastern.
Listen to Major League Baseball all season on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemic sent you.
Hey, Nick Earnshaw here. Is your driveway or parking lot cracked, faded, or just looking worn out? Give it new life with R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. For over 14 years, they've been protecting driveways and parking lots with top-quality seal coating that lasts. Their expert team uses premium materials to seal, protect, and enhance your asphalt curb appeal and add years of durability. Don't wait for costly repairs. Call R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating at 609-513-4375 for your free estimate. R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. Seal today to last tomorrow.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CAR for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CAR for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CAR.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Hi, this is former Eagle Vince Papale, and I'm wishing Billy a huge congratulations for his 10-year anniversary on ESPN, The Locker Room. Billy, you are invincible, and with Dave Klemic, without a doubt, you guys are an invincible team.
Unbelievable. Back broadcasted live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northville. Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw. And guys, man, I thank you so much. This has been great. You guys really did a great job with getting Vince to call in, and Ken Dunnick and Mike Gill, Josh Henning, the sports book consigliere, Dave Sherapan, and my brother Bobby. That was great. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, no problem.
Starting him up with Bobby was the right
call. Definitely the right call.
Yeah.
Even though I kick his asshole.
I can't wait to see that video again.
In my opinion,
you want to see that video?
I need to.
In my opinion, that's the funniest thing.
So
I've
I
ever
park
seen
cars
in
in
my
the parking lot with Scott Simpson at Playland every summer. I've been there like 20 years. And Bobby comes in. He's like, he rides. I'm there under an umbrella. It's hot as heck. He pulls up on his bike. He starts giving me a hard time. And so I go, you know what? Get out. I kick his butt. I go, get out of here. Well, then he takes a swing at me. My phone drops on the ground. He picks my phone up, throws it against the ride, like I forget the name of the ride, it's the log flume or whatever. And then we start going at it. And then Jeff Dowling, Mr. Met, comes out of nowhere and drills me. Takes me down.
Nothing could be finer.
Did we talk any sports today?
I don't think so. A little bit. Got a little negative.
I took the day off work to come over here and talk with the Schweiners today.
Dave, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Hey, I want to thank P.J. Corda, Mr. Negadelphia, for doing his thing. He does each and every Saturday, and of course the coach Michell Peterson and Alexis Scadorilio did a great job. The Royal Revolution cheer team. Dave, thank you so much. Can't do it without you, pal. Nicky Earnshaw, thank you so much. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with a Schweiner. Tomorrow on the program, Danny Reiner, and we're here by ourselves. Locker room with Billy Schwein tomorrow from 10 a.m. to noon right here on 97.3 ESPN. See you tomorrow.
The preceding